Now we are talking about the most important topic because, as we have started in the earlier discussion when we discussed the software engineering initially, then we have discussed that the main problem, which a main chunk of time which is taken by a certain phase, and that phase is maintenance. If your software is a quality software, then the maintenance time and effort will be less. But as we said that the change is inevitable, there will be change. You make the best of possible software, but there will be change. So the change comes in maintenance. After you have delivered the software, then you can do the re-engineering and forward engineering, back engineering, everything will we are going to see. So this maintenance becomes very easy if your software is a quality software. Otherwise, the whole effort goes in maintenance only. So understand what I'm saying right now when we complete this session. So software maintenance, software is released to end users now. Okay, you have coded, you have tested, everything has been done. Now you have released it to the end user. And within days, within weeks, within months, what is happening? Within days, bug report filter back to the software engineering organization. So there are bugs being reported back. Within weeks, one class of user indicates that the software must be changed so that it can accommodate the special needs of their environment. And within months, another corporate group who wanted nothing to do with the software when it was released now recognizes that it may provide them with some unexpected benefit. So they need few enhancements to make it work in their world. And also, all of this work is software maintenance. All of this work are software maintenance. The software is maintainable. That means maintainable software, it should exhibit the modularity. It makes use of the design pattern that would allow us to easy understanding. It has been constructed using well-defined coding standards and convention, leading to a source code that is understandable and self-documenting. It has underwent a variety of quality assurance technique that has uncovered potential maintenance problem before the software is being released, and it has been created by software engineers who actually recognize that they may not be around when the changes must be made. That means the maintenance part will be done by somebody else. So the design and implementation of the software must assist the person who is making the change. This means the maintainability of the software. And then comes the supportability. What do we mean when we say supportability? The capability of supporting a software system over its whole life, product life. So this would imply satisfying any necessary needs or requirement, but also the provision of equipment, the support infrastructure, the additional software, the facilities, the manpower, or any other resource required to maintain the software operational and capable of satisfying its function. This is the supportability. So the software should contain facilities to assist support person when you have a defect or you encounter a defect in the operational environment. And make no mistake, defect will be encountered. Then also, so support personnel should have access to the database that contains records of all the defects that have already been encountered, their characteristics, their cause, their cure, their treatment, etc. So re-engineering, what does it mean? Re-engineering belongs to, or it is applicable to IT systems, software application, and also the business processes. So the business process re-engineering means first we need to define the business. That means the business goals are identified within the context of four key drivers. What are these? The cost reduction, the time reduction, the quality improvement, and the personal development and empowerment. Then comes the process identification. The processes that are critical to achieving the goals defined in the business definition are then identified. Then the evaluation of the process. The existing process is thoroughly analyzed and measured. And then comes the process specification and design. This is based on information obtained during the first three BPR activities. Use cases are prepared for each process that is to be redesigned. And then comes the prototyping. A redesigned business process must be prototyped before it is fully integrated into the business. Refinement and instantiation. Based on the feedback from the prototype, the business process is refined and then instantiated within a business system. So the business process re-engineering, in this we have the business definition. We identify the process, the evaluation of process is done, and the process specification and design followed by the prototyping, and then the refinement and instantiation. This is the business process reengineering. So the BPR principle, business process reengineering principles, are like this. Organize around outcomes, not the task. Have those who use the output of the process perform the process or processes. Incorporate information processing work into the real work that produces the raw information. And treat geographically dispersed resources as though they are actually centralized. And then link parallel activities instead of integrating their results when different. And put the decision point where the work is performed and build control into the process, and then capture the data once at its source. So this software engineering, it involves certain important aspects like the forward engineering, the reverse engineering. So all these in the re-engineering process means you are taking the code and you are trying to go back to the initial level, requirement level. So the reverse engineering, this is one of the part. For software engineering, you have to do document restructuring, inventory analysis, the data restructuring, and code restructuring. So all these restructuring need to be done, followed by the forward engineering. So in the software re-engineering activities, this means, please understand what software re-engineering means. This is a software. Now you are here. You are being advised or requested, please, the times have changed. We want the same functionality. We want the same essence of the software. But please change it according to the new situation, new environment. So you go back, you take the code, you go back to the design, create the design, and then go back to the requirement, you create the requirement. So you are actually reaching backward. And once you have the requirement, you again go forward. That is a forward engineering. So in software re-engineering activities, first step is to analyze the inventory. That is, you need to build a table that contains all application. You need to establish a list of criteria like name of application, year it was originally created, the number of substantive changes made to it, the total effort applied to make these changes, the date of last substantive change, and the effort applied to make the last change, and the systems in which it resides, and the applications to which it interfaces. Then we need to analyze and prioritize the candidates we have to select. That is, analyze and prioritize to select candidates for the re-engineering process. Then the document restructuring needs to be done. Weak documentation is the trademark of many legacy systems. The strong document, that means the software are well built. If any problem is there, you can anytime go back to the documentation and learn and can do the change activities properly. But what we do now, what are our options? The options is to create documentation, or creating documentation is far too time confusing, of course. If the system works, we'll live with what we have. In some cases, this is the only approach. Documentation must be updated, but we have limited resources. So we'll use document when touched approach. That means it may not be necessary to fully re-document an application sometimes. So the system is business critical and must be fully re-documented. In this case also, an intelligent approach is to compare this document, to an essential, write the documentation to an essential minimum. In the reverse engineering, you start with the source code. Sometimes, in slang language, you will learn it about a dirty source code. Means a source code with certain problems, bugs. Then we restructure the code. We try to clean the source code. Then we try to extract the abstractions. That is, we go to the processing interface and database. And the initial specification is being made. We refine and simplify this specification, and we say that we are on to the final specification. So in code restructuring, the source code is analyzed using a restructuring tool. The poorly designed code segments are redesigned. The violation of structured programming constructs, they are noted, and code is then restructured according to this. And the resultant restructured code is then again reviewed and tested to ensure that no anomalies have been introduced. And the internal code documentation is then updated. In the data restructuring, unlike the code restructuring, which occurs at relatively low level of abstraction, data structuring is a full-scale re-engineering activity by itself. So in most of the cases, the data restructuring begins with a reverse engineering activity first of all. So the current data architecture is first dissected and necessary data models are defined. And the data objects are attributed or attributes. They are first identified and existing data structure are reviewed for quality. And when data structure is weak, say you have a flat file or when we have a relational approach that would greatly simplify processing them, the data is then re-engineered. And because this data architecture has a strong influence on program architecture and algorithm that is going to populate it, changes to the data will invariably result in either architectural or code level changes. Then we come to the forward engineering, means reverse and then again forward. Forward engineering, the cost to maintain one line of a source code may be 20 to 40 times the cost of initial development at that time. And redesign of the software architecture, that is, you can say the program or data structure, using the modern design concepts can greatly facilitate if at all it is maintained at the future. So because a prototype of the software already exists, the development productivity should be much higher than the average. And the user now has an experience of that software. So the new requirements in the direction of change can be ascertained with greater ease. And the case tools for reengineering will automate some part of the job. And the complete software configuration like the documents, programs and data will exist upon completion of the preventive maintenance. There are certain economics also we may know from the reengineering. The cost benefit analysis model for reengineering has been proposed by Sneed. So he introduced 9 parameters. That is the current annual maintenance cost of the application, current annual operation cost of the application, current annual business value of the application, predicted annual maintenance cost after reengineering, predicted annual operation cost after reengineering, predicted annual business value after reengineering, and estimated reengineering cost, and estimated reengineering calendar time, and reengineering risk factor, where P9, which is equal to 1.0, is nominal, and L is the expected life of the system. So on the basis of these assumptions or these variables, the cost associated with continuing maintenance of a candidate application, that is reengineering, is not performed. It can be defined like this: C maintenance. If you don't apply that, reengineering is not performed. So this is P3 minus P1 plus P2 into L. The cost which is associated with reengineering is defined by the relationship P6 minus P4 plus P5 into L minus P8 minus P7 into P9. This is C reengineering, this is C maintenance. And the cost benefit is the difference of these two. So using the cost presented in these two equations, the overall benefit of the reengineering can easily be computed by the difference. So this was about the maintenance and reengineering. Thank you so much.